Roasting a turkey in the oven is easier than you think. Whether you're cooking a turkey for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or another occasion, with the right ingredients and technique, you'll have a beautifully roasted turkey to serve to your friends and family. So I just arrived at a local farm to pick up our turkey. A day or two before actually roasting the turkey, I'm going to prep the turkey by using something called a dry salt brine. I'm using 2 tablespoons of coarse sea salt. This is Himalayan salt, but you can use kosher salt if you like. And I'm using 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. This is for a 10 to 12 pound turkey. Combine the salt and sugar in a bowl and stir them together. I didn't add any pepper, but feel free to add black pepper or white pepper. Place a small rack in a roasting pan that will fit in your refrigerator, or you can use a small baking sheet. Don't forget to remove the giblet bag, and you can save those to make gravy. Pat the turkey dry with paper towels. Now sprinkle and pat this salt mixture evenly all over the turkey. The benefit of this method is that you'll have nice, moist turkey meat while ensuring that you're going to have optimal browning and crisping of the skin. Don't forget to rub some inside the cavity as well. And while I'm just using a mixture of salt and sugar, there are different variations of this dry brining process that use baking powder or poultry seasoning, so you can experiment with different additions if you like. Now tuck the wings under the turkey. And now the turkey's ready to go into the refrigerator for 24 to 48 hours. This really helps to dry out the skin, which will result in a moist, tender turkey. Of course, you don't want it touching your other food, but we are letting it uncovered to make sure we really dry it out. Other ingredients you'll need are 3 celery stalks, 2 carrots, and these are peeled. I'm using 1 onion, 1 lemon, a couple cloves of garlic, and an assortment of fresh herbs including thyme, parsley, and some sage, which is optional. It is a strong flavor if you prefer not to use it. I'm also using some fresh rosemary, 1 stick of unsalted butter. You'll also need a kitchen thermometer and twine, 1 apple, mirin rice wine or white wine, and 2 cups of chicken broth. This is homemade, so it looks a little gelatinous. I'm going to coarsely chop my onions. I'm using a microplane zester to finely grate the garlic. If you don't have a microplane zesting tool, you can just use a fine cheese grater or just even finely chop it. Now add the garlic to the softened butter. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll want to also bring out your turkey to sit on the counter for 1 hour before roasting. I'm chopping up my other vegetables, including the carrots, which I'm just cutting into big chunks. Slice the 3 stalks of celery into 1-inch pieces. Remove the zest from the lemon. Now add this fresh lemon zest to the butter. I'm going to slice my apple in half and remove the core. I like to use a melon ball tool to do this. And then take little notches out of the ends. And just like the celery and the carrots, I'm just going to chop this into big chunks. These are all the aromatics we're going to put underneath the turkey. I'm going to finely mince my parsley. Some people like to use the stems. It's up to you if you want to use the stems or take some of the stem off and just use the leaves. I'm just going to get a really fine chop on this. Add 1 tablespoon to the butter. This herbed butter is going to give so much flavor to the turkey. With the rosemary, we're definitely removing the stems. They're much thicker than parsley stems, so we can't use those. So just carefully pull the leaves from the stems. Finely chop the leaves. And you guessed it, add a tablespoon to the butter. I'm pulling the leaves off of a sprig of sage. And like I said, this is a strong flavor, so if you want to skip it, feel free to leave it out. Mince finely, and we'll just need 1 teaspoon to add to the butter. Now I'm going to prepare my fresh thyme. I'm going to put a few sprigs aside to fill the cavity of the turkey. And with the remaining bunch of thyme, I'm going to separate the leaves from the stems. And these are so small they don't need to really be chopped up. We'll need 1 tablespoon of those added to the butter. Stir together the butter with the herbs, lemon zest, and garlic. This is some flavorful butter. I'm going to use a silicone brush to brush the turkey with this butter. Here's the onion, lemon, and thyme for the cavity. And the chopped vegetables and apple to go underneath the turkey. We're going to place those directly on the bottom of our roasting pan. Then place the rack on top. Add 2 cups of chicken broth, 1 cup of our mirin wine, or you can use white wine. The turkey dried out really well in the refrigerator. I'm going to place this on top. And now we're going to fill the cavity with the lemon, onion, apple, and thyme. I'm wearing my dish gloves to deal with the raw turkey, and I'm just going to wash them off in really hot soapy water. Feel free to use disposable gloves if you prefer. I'm going to lightly brush the surface of the turkey with the herbed butter, but I'm going to reserve most of it to put underneath the skin on the breast. So we're just going light here, just a touch on the legs and the breast. And it's an art to get underneath the skin, but you just want to carefully use your hands to slide under there between the turkey flesh and the skin. And just open that area up so that we can fill that with some of the butter. In addition, a small spatula works wonders for doing the same job. And now fill that area we've created with vast amounts of the herbed butter. The more you put in there, the more flavor it's going to give. And it also helps to moisten the turkey breast, which can otherwise get dry when you roast it. I have to admit, even as a chef, this is not my favorite job on the planet. But the result is well worth any effort. And with any remaining butter, we're just going to rub that on the outside of the turkey. Now I'm going to take my cooking twine and tie the legs together. In a pinch, you can use dental floss. At last, we're ready for the oven. A common rule of thumb for roasting your turkey is 13 minutes per pound, or 15 minutes per pound if stuffed. We're going to cover it with foil for the first half of the total cooking time, and then remove that foil for the last half. I like to use parchment paper beneath the foil. I'm going to plan on cooking my turkey for about 3 hours since it was a little over 11 pounds. So after an hour and a half, I'm going to remove the foil. And now bake it for another hour and a half. Here's the finished turkey, and you can see how beautifully it browned. I'm really happy with it. I just want to make sure it's reached a safe temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Place the thermometer in a few different places, including the breast and between the thigh and the body. Let the finished turkey rest for 30 minutes before transferring to a platter to serve. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.